Hi, this is Happy Bird from Happy Bird's Glitter Nest.blogspot.com. And last year we made little containers from the Dollar Tree that held candy bars. And they were pretty blinged up, so they were more for ladies or kids. Well, this year I'm using a different type of container from the Dollar Tree. And these little containers were turning into candy bar holders for the guys. And everything here is from the Dollar Tree with the exception of the baker's twine and this red ribbon here. These are little trucks that I recently picked up, and I did alter them a bit, and I'll explain more about that as we go further along in the video. So before we start, I'd like to invite you to my friend Craftie's YouTube channel. She spells her name C-R-A-F-T-I-E, and she has some wonderful Christmas projects on there. So check her out. I'll make sure to put her link in the Show More drop-down bar, the description box, as well as on my blog. So let's move on, and I'll show you exactly how I made these. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is poke holes on the top of this. You're going to poke one hole on each side of this little circle indent here, and I'll show you what I did. You can use an awl to do it, but I didn't have an awl, so I just used the pointy part here of my scissors. And you're just going to do this, and you can actually push this through very easily. And then I'm going to make another one on this side, like that. Alright, and make sure that you can see daylight here behind it, because you'll need these holes to be fairly large to slip the little makeshift needle that we're going to use next through this, okay? And if you're struggling with the little makeshift needle, then you can just take your scissors and go back in and just make it slightly larger, okay? So we'll get started doing that. Okay, so I cut a little piece of thin wire. This is a 28 gauge, but you can use any type of narrow wire that you want. And we're going to turn it into a makeshift needle. And then I cut some baker's twine here, and I cut enough to where you can tie a nice bow, maybe about 12 inches roughly. I'm just guessing here. So I'm just going to slide this on, and I'm going to hold this together at the top, okay? Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this down right through here, but I'm only going to pull through just one of the strands, okay? Not both, just one. Okay, so we have one here and one at the top. Okay, so now we're going to take this one at the bottom, and we're going to slip that through our makeshift needle again. And we're going to go up this direction. Pull it. And if you're having a tough time pulling it through, you can always make that hole a little wider. That was a little hard to pull through. I probably should have made that a little larger. But that's okay, we made it. I'm just going to continue pulling it. What am I doing? I think I'm pulling it the opposite direction here. There, no, I got it. Okay. So we still have this needle on. So now we have what looks like this. And I'm going to grab a bell. They have large bells and small bells at the Dollar Tree. And sorry about the bag crackling. And I'm using one of the large bells. If you don't have large bells at your Dollar Tree, you can string on 3 of the small bells. Okay. Okay, now we're going to take the needle off. And I'm just going to tie this like that. And then on the opposite side, I'm going to tie one more knot like that. And then I'm just going to tie a little bow. Okay, like that. And I'm going to pull that a little. And then even that out a little. And then pull it again. And then just kind of make everything nice and even. To where we have what looks like this. Okay. Alright. Generally it doesn't take that long, but it always takes longer when I'm in front of the video camera. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to do is glue some ribbon around the edges. And I'm just using this ribbon here. It's the 1/4 inch wide ribbon. And I'm just going to make sure that the end here is cut nicely and straight. Or as straight as I can. And I think I'm going to start here, right here in the corner. And take a little bit of hot glue just in this corner, and I'm just going to smear it. I don't want it to appear bulky. Okay, I just want to hold it just for a second, just until it attaches. Okay, then I'm going to come to this corner and do the same thing. I'm going to kind of smear it out and then just pull it kind of taut like that. Hold it and do the same thing on this corner. And as you can see, I'm putting just a very, very slight amount. And then press it down. You don't want any bulkiness showing through from the hot glue. I'm just going to keep going on around like that. Just like that. Pull that. Like so. Hold it down. And then the last one, of course, we'll probably cut just a smidgen past here. Make sure it's nice and straight though when you cut it. Like that. And I'm going to put it right under here, just a little bit of that glue. Just on the end here. And then I'm going to press it down even with the other one, like that. Okay, so we have what looks like this so far. Okay, like that. All right, so let's see. Yeah, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to fill this with candy. Now, I bought these Kit Kat miniatures. It says crisp wafers in white cream. Bought this at the Dollar Tree, and there's 10 in a package. Now, I'm sure you can get out a lot cheaper using other candy, and probably in much larger bags. You know, you can put M&Ms in here, or Hershey miniatures, or the Hershey Nuggets, peppermint candy, anything you'd like. But I was at the Dollar Tree and I saw this in the Halloween section, and so I picked it up. And because the lid is fairly deep, you're able to fit 6 of these in here. Now, it's not going to look like it'll fit at first, but you know, when you push these down like that, then you put the lid on and push those down like that, it'll work. Okay, so I just stood them up like this. And like I said, there's 10 in each bag. And this is okay for me because I'm only going to make just a few of these. So, see, and then you can put these here. Okay, this is Kit Kat. Alright, actually I'm going to face this direction for a reason. Okay, see, and it fits perfectly. Okay, I'm going to set this aside for just a moment, and we're going to work on the little truck. Alright, the next thing you're going to need is a package of 4 of the little red truck ornaments, and they're just starting to set them out now at the Dollar Tree. I went to the Dollar Tree over the weekend, and they had an entire aisle full of things. So I don't know how long these are going to be there. People are picking them up. Just look them over carefully. Make sure that, you know, they're okay, and there's not a whole lot of defects in them. But they are really cute. So you can tell that I already used 2 of these. So just let me take this off here. Like that. Okay. And I'll set these aside. Okay. Now, although these little trees here are really cute, it's not going to work very well if we try to hang it from here. So what I did was I took the trees off, and they're basically just hot glued on. And just save the little trees for another craft, maybe a little scenery type thing. You know, you have a little tree here. And these are kind of expensive anyway when you go to buy them. So, okay. And then I'm just going to take off any little extra hot glue that I see. Okay. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is just untwist this wire, because we're not going to need this on this particular project. Let me get this off with my thing there. Okay. Yeah, cut that off too. I don't know why I didn't do that all together at once. Alright, so it looks like this. Alright, so I do have a printout for you, and I'll put the link in the description box below this video where it says show more, as well as on my blog. If you just go to my blog and click on the picture of this little container, then it'll open up and you can just click right on the link, okay? And you can print it out. And I have 4 different types of greetings that will look perfect on this size truck. And at the bottom you'll see that I have 3 little triangles here, and that's what we're going to make our own tree to put in the back of the truck out of. Okay, so I just used some scrap glitter cardstock and in green, and then this glitter, not glitter, this plain cardstock in green that's just a little textured here. I don't know if you can see it or not. So yeah, just this, okay? And then I cut out one of the sentiments along with a piece of the scrap glitter paper as well. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of this E6000 Fabrifuge, and you don't have to have this. It's just that I like using this when gluing cardstock together because it grabs fairly quickly and it dries fairly quickly. Okay. And I'm going to set this right here, and it's also clear too, so like that. And then I'm just going to put the, you can leave it like that if you want, but I like to put a third one on here. Just like this. Okay. I don't know why I put so much on. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. So I'm going to put that right about here, okay? Just gonna let that dry for a few minutes. And then while that's drying, I'm gonna take this little sentiment here, and I'm just going to make some straight cuts. Try not to get my grimy fingers in it. And I'm just going to cut this real close to the letters, like that. And then on the back, you could use tweezers to hold this too, if you needed to. Just going to kind of spread this out a little bit, and just place it right here on the glitter cardstock. It doesn't even have to be straight, because I'll show you why. You're just going to cut it, but you're going to leave a little glitter edge, okay? Just like that. Kind of frames it. Where it looks like that, okay? Alrighty. Alright, so first thing you're going to do is take the truck and kind of angle it where you think you want it. About like that, okay? Then you can kind of hold it and go underneath here and put a little bit of hot glue, like that. Just like that. Turn it over, and then right here, put just the smallest amount of hot glue. You don't need a lot, just a tiny bit. And if you want to, you can write to and from on the back of this card here if you want someone to know who it's from. Okay. And then I'm going to put some hot glue on this. You can leave it like this, or you can make it kind of cockeyed. And if you think that it needs a little more room, you can always go back in with your long blade scissors and trim off a tiny bit more as far as the frame goes. Like that. And even just the slightest cut makes a huge difference, see? And so, now normally I would have just allowed this to dry first. You know, we glued everything together, but I'm kind of rushing things this time. And just kind of cockeyed like that. Okay, or it says Merry Christmas. And then I'm just going to take some more baker's twine and cut a little piece off here. And I folded this in half. I'm just going to slide it here through the window and put these two through the loop. And just pull, and you're going to make sure that this part is sitting towards the back of the window, so when it hangs nicely. Okay. And then you're going to take this and maybe kind of put this around like this, and you can kind of see about how long you need to make it so it hangs perfectly on here. You want the knot, I think, about here. So let me do that. My fingers don't always do what I want them to do. So I'm thinking this is about right. Let me see. Yeah. So I'm just going to cut tips off here, about like that. Alrighty, and then I'm just going to hang this on. Remember, like I said, you could in the back, if you wanted to, put who it's from. And that's pretty much it. So I think this would make a nice little gift for a guy. And I think it turned out pretty cute. So I hope you give this craft a try. I hope you really enjoy this. And have a wonderful Christmas, and God bless each and every one of you. Take care now. Bye-bye.